Assalamualaikum guys, in this episode we'll go deep inside the Rocky Mountain at the Valley of Kings in Luxor into the tombs of the pharaoh in the ancient Egypt.
Alhamdulillah, after a short 20-minute van ride from our hotel, we have reached here at the Valley of the King, Wadi Al-Muk, and behind of this mountain is actually, they just recently discovered Valley of Monkey. Basically, in the ancient Egyptian, they believe in afterlife. So that's why they didn't really build a massive palace during their lifetime, but instead they put more importance into the tomb because they believe the permanent life is in the afterlife. So that's why they built the tombs, so many tombs for their pharaoh. Inside here, there are 64 tombs which has been discovered, and there's more to be found.
This is the tomb of Thutmose I and Hatshepsut, and it might be the first royal tomb cut in the Valley of the Kings. This is because its layout is very unusual. Its corridors bend clockwise, and this distinguishes it from the other tombs in the valley. Among the largest and deepest tomb found here is the tomb of Seti I, who was the second king of the 19th dynasty and the father of Ramses II, and the tomb stretches for more than 120 meters.
We are now buying our ticket to enter the Valley of King. The ticket price is 240 Egyptian pound, and if you're a student you get a half price. And if you are interested to go to the other tomb, like the tomb of Seti, Tutankhamun tomb, you have to pay a different price to enter those tombs. And for Tutankhamun is 300 Egyptian pound. For the tomb of Seti is 1,000 pound. So really, if you have the time to spare to explore all the tombs here, so you should really give it a go. But of course, you have to spend more money. Apa lagi lambat ni? Baik saya masuk. Ada je boleh bawa wheelchair.
By the way guys, after we made the payment just now, we are given 3 entry tickets so we can choose any tombs that we wanted to visit.
If you see over there, there's a newly discovered tomb. On top of the mountain, we can see a little pyramid over there. Macam mana diorang larat nak jalan ni diorang bina piramid pun larat.
100 worker every tomb.
How many years do they take to build the tomb?
All time rule the king.
Okay,
Yes.
so they prepared the tomb
Yes.
many years before the king died.
After the death, we have 70 days for mummification.
Oh,
And finish the tomb.
okay.
Finish the whole. Egyptian believe many books. The sacred book. It is a collection of magic spells and images.
I see. Okay.
Now you can see inside the tomb book of the day, book the night, book the earth, Kitab al-Ard.
Oh, Kitab al-Ard. Okay.
You can see many snake, many cobra snake inside the tomb.
Ramses 6. Mak nak masuk.
تذكرة هنا كبيرة 250. They are student Egyptian.
Hadira. Ambil tiket. Hadira. Tazkarah.
Egyptian history.
نبدأ من دي ودي انت دي student.
Okay.
All student.
All student.
Yes.
We are now entering the tomb of Ramses IX.
Altogether, there are 3 passages inside this tomb. At the entrance, there are 2 small chambers on both sides of the corridors. These are where they put the treasures to be brought to the afterlife. The wall on the right walls contains the Book of Caverns, which describes the journey of the sun god Ra through the 6 caverns in the underworld. On the left wall lies the Litany of Ra, which contains spells and prayer to the sun god Ra.
Look at this.
This wall contains an excerpt from the Book of Heaven, and this hieroglyph means the king of the Upper and the Lower Egypt, while this is the cartouche of the birth name of Ramses IX, and this is his throne name. His birth name is Ramesses Khaimwase, continuously loved by Amun, and this symbol means the son of god Ra. His throne name is Neferkara Setepen Ra, and Neferkara means beautiful is the soul of Ra, and Setepen Ra means the choice of Ra.
It's really amazing to see how did they carve this tomb.
At the left wall of the third corridor lies excerpt from the second and third hours of the Imdwat, which tells the story of Ra who travels through the underworld from the time when the sun sets in the west and rises again in the east. While the right wall is decorated with scenes of Ramses IX offering the image of Ma'at to Ptah and Ma'at.
Let me show you, this is the ceiling of the tomb.
While the corridors are decorated with elaborate carvings, there are parts of this tomb which are unfinished due to the sudden death of the king.
This is the tomb that they have excavated for the Ramses IX.
The tomb was hastily finished with its burial chamber is smaller than usual size, and it is only decorated with paintings rather than carvings because they need to quickly finish the tomb and bury him within 70 days.
To go to the tomb is only a short stairs to descend into the tomb, and then you have to walk up for a bit. And in terms of wheelchair access to enter the Ramses IX, it is not so wheelchair friendly because you have to take these small steps. But unless if you are able to walk with a cane, then it is possible for you to enter the tomb. Alhamdulillah, خلصنا لزيارة مقابر رقم 6 ورمسيس التاسع، والآن سنذهب إلى مقابر الآخر. The first tomb discovered in this area is the tomb of Tutankhamun, and he ruled the country at a very young age, at I think 9 years old, and at the age of 20 he passed away, and because he also married his own sibling and they got a son, but the son also died early. That video is showing the discovery of the Tutankhamun pharaoh back in early 1920.
The discovery was led by a British archaeologist and Egyptologist, Howard Carter, who we had seen his house earlier. The tomb is the first known largely intact royal burial from ancient Egypt, and among the burial objects found are disassembled chariots and furniture. Prior to removing them from the tomb, each objects were labelled and photos were taken by Harry Burton, who is regarded as the best archaeological photographer in Egypt, so that they'll know the original location and the arrangement of the objects found.
Okay, this is the tomb of Tutankhamun, but I don't think we'll be going there today. The entrance to Tutankhamun tomb is 1,000 Egyptian pounds.
According to our guide, during the excavation, they first discovered the stairs.
And you see one stairways.
Carter then told the Egyptian worker to work with him for 1 hour and he'll give them 1 day wage.
Ask the people here, how you want to stay with me today? All 1 hour, I give you 1 day. Money for 1 day. It's okay. Egyptian people, funny. Work 2 hours. Tired. Work at ask the people more. 1 hour more work with me, I give you 1 month.
Salary.
Yes,
Salary.
1 month.
Dibayad
It's okay.
tinggi. Altogether, there are 16 Ramses here, and there's one tomb for the female pharaoh, which is Hatshepsut. And the most famous pharaoh is Ramses II, which we have visited his temple yesterday at the Abu Simbel.
But Ramses II, 55 women, 117 ladies, and 103 sons.
Wow.
Many King Ramses. Yes,
Okay.
Ramses 1, Ramses 2, Ramses 3, Ramses 4, Ramses 9. All just found Ramses 9. But found another tomb, discovered all the children Ramses.
Oh, together with him.
But for the name, not for just Ramses. No. Dynasty. All king who come, his name Ramses. My name Ali.
Okay.
Your name?
Yanti.
Yanti rules the country. It's your name, new name, Ramses. My name Ramses. Muhammad, it's Ramses. Ramses 1, Ramses 2, Ramses 3. But all together, royal family.
Okay, and now we are going inside Ramses III tomb.
Itulah kalau mak turun jadi macam tu mak tergolek terus. Ada nak juga tapi boleh tergolek lah.
Maqbarah rakam satu apa? Satu panggil apa? Wahid. Bukan. Ahada Asyar. Dia. Satu apa? Ihda Asyar. Maqbarah rakam Ihda Asyar. Ramses Al-Thalith. Ini ahli rombongan Makcik Kia. Bukan. Makcik Zainia.
Upon entering the tomb, on the left wall of the first corridor, we can find the scenes of the Litany of Ra with a disc containing a scarab and a ram-headed god between a serpent and a crocodile. And the remainings of the walls contains the beginning text of Litany of Ra, which is reserved only for the pharaoh or for the very favored nobility, and it is meant to be recited during the night as the sun god Ra travelled to the west.
On our way to the tomb, we will see like a small chamber. This is all where he put all his gold and everything to be brought to the afterlife.
The walls inside the second corridor is decorated with Litany of Ra with scenes of the many forms of Ra and scenes from the Book of the Dead. While the center of the ceiling is decorated with Litany of Ra and flanked by the stars. This tomb is one of the largest tombs in Valley of Kings, and it has a total length of 125 meters. Originally, this tomb is constructed by Sekhnath, the father of Ramses III, but he stopped the work because it broke into Kevin 10 of amendments. Ramses III then took over the tomb and moved the axis to the right, tunneling to the west. Both sides of the walls in the extended corridor are decorated with the 4th and the 5th hours of the Imidwat, which tells the story of Ra who travels through the underworld during the 12 hours of night. At the 5th hour, which is the darkest part of Imidwat, he met with Osiris in a concealed cavern that transformed the dead Ra into life.
We are going down to see the tomb, but it is all dark here, so I cannot see anything inside there.
Tourist entrance stop here at the corridor after the pillared chamber, which is only halfway inside the tomb. This is because the chambers beyond the corridor have suffered from severe water damage, wall cracks and loss of plaster, with the burial chamber in a very bad state of preservation with its pillar has collapsed.
I'm gonna walk back up. We are heading to the third tomb for today. There's not so many visitors here. Many people go there just now.
Now I give you idea for that one. This one. That's ربع النايل. تمام؟ بص معي. That's ربع النيل. From Alexandria to Aswan. Yes, it's Upper and Lower Egypt. Lower Egypt that's Upper Egypt that's الأقصر كرنك. تمام. بصوا معي ده أسيوط كنا هنا الجيزة. Pyramids of الجيزة. طول كايرو. تمام اهو كايرو ايست بانك اند ويست بانك يبقى all Egypt. بص Memphis, yes, Memphis. Now I tell you here Luxor was called بصي Luxor هنا. Luxor was called the city of the 100 gates because it was an open museum.
Open museum.
Yes, the Great River Nile divided it into main lands, parts.
West and east.
Yes, the East Bank with its wonderful
so-
temple.
Wonderful
تمام؟
temple.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the West Bank with its ancient temples and tombs where queens and kings were buried.
Magnificent.
Yes, and where kings and the queens were buried here. That's Valley of the King. Now you stay here, where me and you. I stop here now.
Okay, if you see at my back there is actually the tomb for Tutmosis III, and the stairs to climb up there is quite high, and then after that you have to descend for around 305 meter deep into the ground to reach to his tomb.
After that, our guide explained to us on the embalming and mummification process.
For the body and attack in left side, and you give it out for internal elegance.
Okay,
Liver, lung, stomach, intestine.
okay.
Yes, outside for the body, and left for the dresses.
What is it?
Left for dress cotton.
Cotton. Okay, okay.
15 days, and we see it's good. Body, it's okay. Washed for the salt and water.
So
And
the first 15
water.
days, they didn't put any salt at all?
No,
No salt, just the body itself,
Just
right with the cotton.
after 15 days,
Ah,
salt and wash the body by the salt of natron and water.
Okay.
Just water, yes. Water in link in Karnak, secret lake in Karnak,
okay.
yes. And clean the body and drown more for the dressing. And after 40 days, we can see. It's good, it's okay.
Okay.
Change and drown, it's finish more.
Okay.
After 70 days, we come for the death in Valley of the King in real chamber. Granite sarcophagus.
Okay.
Okay guys, so next we'll head to KV8, which is the tomb of Merenptah, who is the son of Ramses II.
The lesson for another friend. We can see.
Rock of Samina.
Merenptah number 13 son for Ramses II. Then who's Ramses II? Why he's the greatest king in 19 dynasties, his father? Because Ramses II, he was a king for 67 years. He died when he's 98 years old. He married over than 20 wives. He has over than 110 children. That's Ramses II. He's a busy man. Then who's too busy? Why he's number 13 son from second wife? Usually we know when the king is die, always first child he become a king. So why he's number 13? Guys, Merenptah, he was close to his dad in achievement. So he conquered a lot of countries, and he was like second man for his father. And he was his favorite. Plus he was nominated. He told him he become a king after my death. And because his father took so long, Ramses II as a king, when he accessioned the throne, he was old man, like a British child in England. He was 60 his age.
Really well.
So but he good fighter. He conquered Syria, Libya, Nubia, Hanatis. All countries have been conquered by Merenptah. What about the tomb? The tomb is 118 meters deep down, 202 stairs. Is the second largest tomb in the Valley of the King, occupying of space is 3,335 meters square, like a palace. It's been discovered by who? By Howard Carter, same man he discovered Tutankhamun in 1922. But in 1903 he discovered the first burial chamber. In 1904 he discovered the second burial chamber. How come two burial chamber in one tomb? Doesn't make sense when it's one king. Actually, guys, in 1903, Howard Carter, when he discovered the first burial chamber, it was the fake one.
Okay guys, now let's head inside to explore what's inside this tomb. At the entrance, we are greeted with a relief of the sun disk containing a scarab and ram-headed god adored by Isis and Nephthys. Here we can see that the first corridor is decorated with scenes of the king before Ra-Horajti and from the litany of Ra, while the other corridors are decorated with scenes from Book of Gate and Emduat. Inside this tomb, there are actually 5 corridors and 2 chambers and several side chambers.
So deep, and watch your step, guys, because this is a deep climb. And the stairs are a little bit wobbly inside here.
We are now inside the fourth corridor, and here we can find that the decorations of the walls have been badly damaged.
We have reached the first chamber of Member. This is the first chamber that has been found, but this is actually a fake one, and the real one is downstairs.
This is the lid of the outer sarcophagus of Merenptah, and it was moved here after the burial was dismantled. Looking at the walls, we can see that its plaster have deteriorated. We have seen the first chamber, and now let's find out what's inside the second burial chamber. To go there, we have to walk through another corridor, but unfortunately its walls are severely damaged with only little traces of text survive.
At my back here is the real chamber for Memta. This is the second one, and the air inside here is very hot. I'm sweaty. There's basically very minimum ventilation inside here.
This chamber has a sunken floor at the center, and it is flanked with a row of 4 pillars on its east and west, set in this upper level. At the center of the chamber lies the bottom part of the outer sarcophagus that we have seen in the first chamber just now. This chamber has also suffered from a severe loss of decorations. Next to the outer sarcophagus is the inner sarcophagus. However, the mummy of Merenptah was discovered somewhere else in the tomb of Amenhotep in 1898. Dr. Maurice Bucaille, a French surgeon and archaeologist who gave the forensic report that Merenptah died of asphyxiation or due to drowning, and his body bears the traces of fatal blows, and some opinions suggested that this is the pharaoh of Moses.
We have finished going down there, and now we have to climb back up, walk back up. It is really hot down there, and I'm wearing this mask, so the air is a little bit thin. There's my sister at the back. Because it was so hot, and I'm wearing mask to climb out just now, so I almost vomited. So we got an extra entrance to the fourth tomb, because my mom, she didn't go to the third one just now, so I have extra ticket. So I'm gonna go explore the Setis tomb.
Y se te podría todo el morfi.
Tak dapat masuk Sinai, dapat pergi turun gunung, Oh, this is Ramses I. Okay, Ramses Awal. Kenapa Ramses Awal? Oh, Ramses I. This one is really steep down, guys, so you have to watch your steps. And because I bring my hiking boot actually, because I wanted to go to Sinai, but the plan got cancelled. So in the end, I end up walking down the tomb inside the mountain with King, Valley of King. Ooh. Wah, sini cantik lagi guys. This is amazing, guys. This is the tomb for the first Ramses, and if you can see, all of the colors are still intact. Because for another tomb, you cannot even see the original color, and this one, they have all the colors, so we can see how it was back then. I believe back then the color is much more red, but today, even after this is in the 19th or 13th century, so it's almost 3,000 years, 3,000 plus years, and the painting is still here. It's so amazing.
This tomb is actually unfinished due to the sudden death of Ramses I just 2 years of his rule. Hence the reason it is decorated with paintings rather than inscription that we can find in other tombs that we have visited just now. Its corridor and stairs were undecorated, with the burial chamber decorated with ma'at on each side of its door. The walls are decorated with colored scenes from the books of Gates and the king before the various deities like Keeper, Osiris, and Nefertum.
Now, let's climb back up. Oh my god. That was a quick one, but the stairs are really steep. And among all the tombs that I've seen here, They said Memtah's tomb is the greatest one, and to me, the Ramses one tomb, it still have the colors compared to the other one because they carve in the rock. But this one, I think it is painting, so that's why the color is still there. So I'm gonna go head back to the entrance. It is already close to 12 o'clock right now. We spent around 3.5 hours here to visit 4 tombs for me, and by right we're supposed to go to the Valley of the Queen for the Hatshepsut tomb, but I don't know if we still got time because our tour today is supposed to end at 1 o'clock, so I have to rush to go back to the entrance. Cantik. Ingatkan nak pergi Seti, kalau cakap ambil dekat je lah. Sekali Ramses 1 punya semua colour dia lagi. Warna-warni dia punya painting. Nanti Alan share.
Dekat lah.
Dekat, apa yang dekat?
Dekat tu maksudnya jarak dia tak.
Jarak dia tapi sangat-sangat curam. Lagi curam dari tadi.
Yang perempuan tu kan?
Bukan, ini Ramses 1.
Ustaz pun masuk tadi. Oh sebab Ustaz dekat.
Ustaz dekat. Ustaz sudah masuk banyak kali tapi gambarnya masih tangkap lagi.
Sudah masuk Ramses 1 ke? Ada masuk Ramses 1 kan?
We have finished our tour and it's time to go. During our visit today, we could see that the ancient Egyptians worshipped the sun god and many other gods, and the pharaohs put themselves at the same level as God. They believe in resurrection, hence the reason they mummify the body so that they can return to the body again once resurrected. And to help them throughout the journey to the heaven, they brought treasures and inscribed magical spells on the walls of the tomb. To me, this sounded that they could cheat the god in order to pass the judgment and to be resurrected. While in Islam, we are taught that there is only one God, Allah, the Almighty, and He neither be born or give birth, He is everlasting and self-sustaining. Seeing how the ancient Egyptian had dug and constructed the tomb inside this rocky mountain had left me in awe. The pharaoh were really prepared to succeed in the afterlife that they could even build such tomb deep inside the mountain with treasures and elaborate inscriptions of magical spells to help them safely arrive to the heaven. But then, most of the tomb have been robbed. Some of them were badly damaged, and today the mummies are exhibited at the museum for the whole world to see. I couldn't help to say that all of their efforts to mummify themselves all ends up in vain.
So want to this one?
It's okay. Because we want... Nak ke? Nak ni?
Berapa harga?
20 gini.
20.
Okay, she wants one. Okay. No, it's okay. No, because I don't keep nak hadir lah.
Alright, let's go to the Hatshepsut temple or Memnun. I don't know which one, but we'll see soon.
That's all guys for this episode. Thanks a lot for joining me to explore inside the tombs of the pharaoh built back in 3,000 years ago. And let me know, how did you guys feel after seeing this tomb? If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and in the next episode, we'll resume our tour inside the temple built for the first female pharaoh of the ancient Egypt. So make sure you guys subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Assalamualaikum wa ma'assalamah.